We don't have music yet.
Welcome aboard.
We also don't have any recording equipment. We have one microphone, and we're both in the same place.
You're not supposed to tell them that. They don't need to know that.
Well, usually we're probably going to be in different places with two microphones.
Well, no, you see, for all they know, we have an expensive recording booth with soundproof walls.
There's no point in lying about it.
Why? They're not going to see it.
They're going to hear it.
Unless we make a video version of this.
There's no video. I don't want to be on the internet.
Well, you're on the internet now.
Yeah, but you can't see me.
Your voice is, though.
Well, that doesn't count.
I'm sure there's some technology out there that could, like, deconstruct your voice and figure out what your face looks like based on it.
No. I'm Mingus, by the way.
I'm Futterman.
This is the Placeholder podcast. It's so named because we're going to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. But no swearing in the first minute because that's a rule on YouTube, I guess.
But hell is also not a swear word, according to YouTube.
I don't know what counts. I don't do YouTube.
I don't know. I'm just deferring to Mingus on YouTube's rules because...
Oh, hey, the first minute's over. Don't push your luck. This is a Christian podcast.
Should have had a kazoo ready for that.
We don't have anything. We're recording. This is the awkward first episode that we'll tell everybody don't watch that one. Start at episode 2 or 3 or 10.
All right, so to all our viewers that are not watching anymore,
listeners,
right?
Nobody views this.
Well, I mean, they'll be viewing our nice splash screen if they're watching the YouTube version of this.
Anyways, the goal of this first episode is to establish what this is, and then take up the remaining time talking about anything, because that's what we do.
Well, we have this nicely made list of future topics. Maybe we should...
Should I pull that up?
Yeah, let's go through a few.
I'm going to pull up the list. So this is...
right there.
Oh, no, that's the playlist. That's my playlist document.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. I remember. I saved it as podcast ideas. There it is. Potential podcast topics.
All right, here we go. So yeah, here's a little sneak peek.
Wait, no, don't look at it yet. We got to establish some things.
Well, they can't see it.
No, but you can't see it either.
I've already seen it.
Shut up. Anyways, it's called the Placeholder Podcast. We're gonna talk about things. Here's some things. Hold on, I have to scroll to the top.
Let's not start at the top. Let's just pick random spots.
All right.
How about the sequel trilogy of Star Wars? That's a common conversation topic. Well, now we don't have to make that one. You know our opinion now.
We're making it.
Oh, I know. We have more to say than that. That was a joke.
Yeah, we've talked about it so many times, and yet there's always more to say.
Well, because it's just such an interesting case study about how much can go wrong.
Are you doing like a thing?
A thing?
You're doing like a different voice. You're talking differently.
I do that sometimes, not intentionally.
It's because you know you're being recorded.
You do it too.
I know.
Listen to a recording later, and then we'll talk.
Maybe. Okay. Whatever.
Anyways, moving on.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, Star Wars. Lots of Star Wars.
Scooby-Doo. All the Swamp Thing comics. Yes, we're doing that. I will loan you my Swamp Thing comics.
All right, well then I'm going to counter that with all the Watchmen comics.
There's not that many.
The before Watchmen comics?
Those are not Watchmen comics. Those are before Watchmen comics.
Well, they're going to be a part of the series too.
Oh, you going to talk about Doomsday Clock too?
Oh, hell yeah.
And how much it sucks?
Well, I feel like there's a little more nuance than that.
Well, it didn't have any... it didn't have any reason to exist.
Well, I agree with that.
It started fine, and then they're like, hey, what if we start putting 3 months in between every issue? And also, what if we just start making it so unbelievably obscure that no one will know anything that's ever going on?
Well, I don't think the gaps in the releases were intentional. I think that was probably... It didn't help things. Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely didn't help.
It took them 2 years to release 1 year of comics.
Well, here's what I'll say. I feel like they had some interesting ideas. Some of them they handled in an interesting manner, but at the end it kind of just turned into a jumbled mess. Well, anyway, we'll save that for the episode.
No, hold on. I got my thing now. Here's the problem. It was supposed to be like, this is a year in the future. The rest of the DC Universe will catch up to it. But then they took so long that everyone else moved on without them. And then they're just left with this. And it's like, well, this story doesn't matter. I don't know how any of it works because I don't think any of it mattered after the story was over. And then they released another spinoff called Rorschach, and I haven't even read that yet. I just know it's going to suck.
I'm scared to read that one.
You want to read it when I'm done with it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Before we do the podcast, yeah. Well, you see, Rorschach, that's an interesting thing. Like, he's like one of the most famous comic book characters, but I feel like he's also like one of the most misunderstood because no one understands the point is that you're not really supposed to like him.
No. Well, you can like him as a character.
Well, I mean, you can like him as a character. He's a very interesting character, but he's not like a superhero that you're supposed to like, you know, he's not supposed to be on the same level as like Spider-Man. He's supposed to be like a neurotic mess that, you know, he's paranoid, he's kind of creepy.
People are like, oh, Rorschach, he's so cool. Look at how he does these. It's like, you realize he fails like at literally everything he tries to do in the comic, right? Like, nothing he does ends up mattering, and then he gets blown up. Oh, yeah, wait, sorry. Spoilers for a comic that's from 35 years ago.
And the movie.
Oh, yeah, we got to make that a rule. If we're going to talk about spoilers, we need to tell them that they're spoilers, and then put it in the description.
Well, then Rorschach did not get blown up. That was a false flag. Anyways, let's save all that for the actual episode about
Here's
Watchmen.
a rule. Here's the rule. When we tell you spoilers, we'll say spoilers. It'll be in the description. We will be on a YouTube page called the Placeholder Podcast, and also some other platform that we haven't decided on yet because we're woefully underprepared.
Well, this is only the first episode that no one's going to listen to. So.
Wait, there's going to be one guy who finds this on accident. We can introduce ourselves to him in the next episode. He'll be the only guy actually listening, and then maybe we'll be lucky to get to 5.
Anyways, should we go down the list a little more just to get some ideas?
Swamp Thing by Doug Wheeler. No one talks about it. We're talking about it at some point. Everyone always like, oh, Alan Moore run. It's like, Alan Moore is great, but there's other runs.
Oh, here, how about Kingdom Hearts? One of my favorite video game series.
You're going to have to lead that one.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea. You see, I'm going to explain the entirety of the lore of Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, and I'm going to sigh
to someone who has never played the games. And anyone out there who has played the games will know why that's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I know why. I already know why it's hilarious because I've seen short videos. By the way, and again, my only real context with Kingdom Hearts is you playing Kingdom Hearts years ago, and then you beat a giant lady who takes 7 times, and then they're like, oh no, who am I going to eat ice cream with? And it's like, how is this emotional? This is ridiculous.
Okay, you know, I will live and die. I will die on this hill. That I defend that line. I know it sounded cheesy. Here's the context, you know. So
no context makes this okay.
Oh, just hear me out. So Roxas, right? He's a nobody. They're told they're not supposed to have emotions, but he learns that when hanging out with his friends Axel and Shion, he learns to have these emotions.
That's great.
He begins to feel, but because he's this sort of unfeeling being, like he doesn't really have a frame of reference for what a friend actually is. And what he comes to learn is that, you know, like him and his friends, they go and eat ice cream every day after their missions are over.
Yeah.
So to him, the definition of friendship is ice cream.
No, it's
and he
silly.
literally, his first friend, you know, Axel left him.
It works on paper, man. Maybe it works on paper, but it's ridiculous when you actually say it.
When she played through a 40-hour game.
Why do you think Wolverine never wears yellow leather in live action? It only works on print.
Well, I feel like in the modern Marvel movies, yellow leather would fly just
maybe
fine.
now. No, movie heroes always wear muted colors.
Well, see, I feel like that's what I like though about. Okay, you know, I'm getting sick of modern. That'll be a topic, entirely separate topic.
We'll talk about the MCU
episode.
one day. Let's just say it should have ended with Endgame. It blows now.
Well, there's more nuance in that.
Okay, sure, but
there's always
it
more
blows
nuance
now.
Anyways, my point is, I'm glad that superhero movies as a whole got over that fear of looking goofy.
Yeah.
You know, like when X-Men movies came out years ago, they put them
everyone
all
wears
in
black.
Black leather. They wanted everyone to look serious and edgy. They were trying to get because you know there have been some failed attempts at comic book movies in the past.
Shaquille O'Neal Steel.
Yeah, there you go. There have been some really failed attempts, and so when they finally wholeheartedly tried making these
I love Shaquille O'Neal Steel. It's so bad.
That'll be one to watch. I haven't actually seen it. I'm
Shazam, by also with Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, that's different.
I know, but Shaquille O'Neal was in movies for a time, and it's funny.
Well, I know it's funny, but yeah, you know, I like that now superhero movies. You know, they're kind of getting back to the roots a little bit. They're embracing the original costumes and not afraid to look silly. You know, they make them look good. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.
I wonder if I could hook up my Bluetooth speaker and set it near this thing and then play Kevin MacLeod music so that there's a backtrack.
I'm pretty sure it's McLeod.
Is it that's how it's pronounced?
Pretty sure that's how you pronounce
Kevin
it.
MacLeod?
Well, let's look it up. We got a computer right in front of us.
It's spelled MacLeod.
Well, I had a friend with that last name.
Kevin MacLeod.
No, just look up MacLeod, or here, just look up pronunciation of that name.
Maybe it's on the Wikipedia page.
Oh yeah, there you go, MacLeod.
MacLeod. I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
Yeah, it's like Scottish, I think.
Oh. But why is it?
Because it's Scottish. Okay, here.
It's spelled MacLeod. The L is capitalized.
Okay, here. I'm gonna show you another.
Oh no, the microphone.
Don't worry, no one will notice.
Everyone will notice.
How do you pronounce that name?
Naomi. Nimoy. Neve.
Yeah, it's an Irish name.
What
I'm
Neve?
Yeah.
None of the letters are the same.
Well, it's Irish.
That's just bad.
Okay, now you're just being racist.
That's not... No, they're white too. Wait. Dang it.
Anyways.
There's no way you'll ever know.
I'm just going to say that Americans have the most boring names.
What? No.
When you can have a name like that, like an Niamh be pronounced Neve, that's way more interesting. What do we have? What do Americans have for names? Steve, yeah. Anyways.
Which has more letters in common.
Moving on.
We got to figure this out.
Figure what out?
We can't talk like we're on a podcast. We got to just talk. That's the whole point.
I thought I was just talking.
No, we're both doing it to some degree. We're presenting.
Well, if you don't acknowledge it, it's not. No one knows what we talk like normally.
This.
Well,
almost this.
I don't know what you're even talking about anymore. Anyways, we'll talk about that off camera or off mic.
Uh-oh. All right, anyways, I need to figure out how to set up a Bluetooth speaker. I'll do that later. This first episode just has no music. Welcome to the awkward first episode that no one will watch.
Well, music is something that's typically added in post.
I don't know what they do. Usually they have like a soundboard. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, a lot of that can be added in post.
We don't have post.
Well, this is just starting to get embarrassing how unprepared we are, isn't it?
That's the whole point. It's the first episode.
Well,
we're just going to get it out of the way, and then we can come back for the second episode and pretend like it's the first episode.
Well, the next one will be the one we actually have
two microphones.
Well, 2 microphones and a topic for.
Well, I mean, we can do this. We're just establishing it, and then we can talk about a topic for the rest.
Okay.
Tell them something interesting.
Well, something interesting. I need more to go on than that. Give me a category.
Land.
Oh, hey, I saw the new Dune movie.
Okay, actually, yeah. Tell me about that. You've seen the old Dune movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you read the books?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't read any. Tell me why the old movie was not good, and then tell me why you like the new one.
Well, okay.
Did you like the new one?
I love the new one.
Okay, good.
So, thing is, well, there goes my train of thought. Get used to that. That happens a lot. Line.
New movie.
Right.
Tell me about new movie compared to old movie.
Oh yeah. So I've only read the first 2 books. Probably should say that first. Second book sucked, but I heard the third one's a lot better. There's like 6 in the main series.
How many 15.
Well, there's like
awesome.
Well, there's like 5 or 6 in the main series written by Frank Herbert, and then his son and like some other author went back and added some like prequel content and such. Yeah, those 6. Those are the ones that are the main.
The Frank Herbert's collection.
Yeah,
saga.
those are the only 6 I really plan on reading.
Why?
But just because 15 books, man, it takes me like a year to read one.
Read faster.
Well, Dune books Dune books in particular are like a meter thick each. So, yeah. So,
no.
Anyways, yeah, I've read Dune and Dune Messiah. So, this is coming from a frame of reference to someone who is not by any means a diehard Dune fan, but I did enjoy the first book quite a bit. Second one was not great.
How many pages?
I'm guessing it.
412. Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Dune Messiah.
That one was a lot shorter.
256.
But that one took longer to read because it was just so.
Children of Dune.
Yeah, that's
444.
Anyways, let's get back onto the movie.
Hold on, I have to find out the rest of the page numbers now. 496 for the next one.
I'm pretty sure they just progressively get longer.
480 for Heretics of Dune.
Chapter House Dune.
Is this the last Frank Herbert?
Yeah,
it's
that's
the last of the 6 novels. 464.
There you go.
It's followed by Hunters of Dune.
Which I think is a prequel.
Wait, also with Brian Herbert? Oh, no, Frank Herbert's the first guy.
Oh no, so this is a sequel. It's written after Frank Herbert died.
Brian Herbert. Okay, so there were 6 books, and then Brian Herbert teams up with this other dude, and then they write 2 more books, and then they also, after that, write 7 more books.
I think that's way more into the weeds than we need to get. Anyways, new movie was incredible.
Movie.
So, original movie. I guess I should say this. It was made by David Lynch. I'm sure you know.
Oh yeah,
David
I know.
Lynch is. Yeah.
Good old Eraserhead.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't Eraserhead. He made Eraserhead.
I know he made Eraserhead.
Yeah, when you say good old Eraserhead, it sounds like you're
okay,
calling...
wait, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I still haven't seen Twin Peaks.
No, we don't think David Lynch's head looks like an eraser. I'm going to just say that right now.
Also, the title of the movie doesn't make sense until, like, one weird scene in the middle.
Right. Oh, yeah, I always... Up until I actually watched the movie, I just thought it was because his hair looked like a big eraser.
Yep. That was all I had to go on. I'm like,
or
is
the baby,
it because of the hair?
Or maybe because the baby's head is approximately the size of an eraser.
Nah, the head's bigger than that. It's got a weird fish thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the Eraserhead baby. That's literally all it's ever called.
Yeah, the baby from Eraserhead that's made of props that no one speaks of.
All right, let's get back onto this tangent now.
Did
you know there was actually like rumors that was like like an actual like animal fetus or something. Wasn't
Yeah,
that a rumor?
well, he did use actual umbilical cords or something.
Yikes.
He got him from a hospital dumpster, I heard.
Okay, I feel like that's probably just like a rumor.
I don't think that one's... Here, you keep talking about Doom. I'm going to look up this.
Okay, how about we just save that for another episode?
Talk about Dune.
Okay, Dune. Anyways, yeah, new movie was incredible, although it was only part 1. Probably should say that now.
Oh, it is part 1?
Yeah, that was the right move, in my opinion.
Was that the mistake the first one made?
Well, the first one made a lot of mistakes. I think the first one was honestly having David Lynch direct it. I just don't think he was the right choice. He made it his own. Here's an example. So there's a random, like, okay, so the book itself is very weird, but it's at least got some semblance of, like, I don't know, coherence. I guess the perfect scene of the original movie to kind of sum up what was wrong with it is, so there's one part where the Harkonnen, are you familiar with any of the characters in Dune?
No.
Okay,
I know that there's a sandworm, and I know there's some prince dude, and then also some other guys.
Well, there's more than one sandworm, but okay, the main players are the Atreides and the Harkonnens, right?
Oh, good.
The Atreides are like, Paul Atreides is the main character, his family. They're the royal family. They're put in charge of Arrakis by the Emperor, but then they come to find that that's just because, this isn't really a spoiler, this is kind of just the premise. They were put in charge of Arrakis, which is the only source.
Arrakis the Dune planet?
It's the planet that the Fremen called Dune. And the Fremen are the natives to Dune that live in the desert. And anyways.
This must be how how other people feel when I try to explain any comic book to them.
Well, maybe. Anyways, the Atreides are put in charge of Arrakis, and the Harkonnens. Well, the Harkonnens were in charge originally, but the Emperor puts Atreides in charge, and then they come to find it's just because the Emperor was beginning to feel threatened by the Atreides and wants them to be wiped out. So he essentially sets them up for, like, to be completely annihilated by the Harkonnens. Anyways, the Harkonnens, in one scene in the David Lynch movie, they have taken one of the Atreides captive, like one of the Atreides, like, servants or mentats or something.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, they take him captive, and so elements of this are in the book, but I'm just gonna tell you the David Lynch version first.
Okay.
They poison him, right? They give him this poison.
They poison the Emperor?
No, not the Emperor. The Harkonnens. They poison the Atreides person that they captured, right? And then they give him a cat and tell him this cat has the antidote to that poison.
Why?
And you have to milk it every hour.
Why?
To get or else you will die from this poison.
What?
So yeah, he has to milk a cat to keep from dying from poison.
Is any of this real, or is this just an elaborate psychological ploy?
This is really no, it was real. And elements
so
of that.
The cat was actually poison antidote?
Yeah, all that was true. They didn't set it up anyway like that was supposed to be fake.
Is that in the book?
Well, in the book, what happened is they really did end up like taking this guy captive and everything. Okay. They did poison him, but they didn't tell him they had poisoned him. And then they were actually lacing his food with the antidote. And so the idea was that if he ever escaped from them, he would die because he would no longer have access to the antidote, to the poison he didn't know he had.
That is not how poison or antidotes work.
It's okay. Well, this book takes place like 20,000 years in the future, so I think we can.
Okay, fine.
We can suspend our disbelief there for that.
All right, sure.
But yeah, basically he's got this poison in him.
Why are they poisoning him exactly?
So that he can't escape from them.
But why does that matter? Is he just some random dude?
I'm not getting into into that much detail in the plot right now.
Oh.
Anyways, so yeah, the weird stuff like that is in the David Lynch movie.
Okay.
The new movie they did a lot better job. Is
there still a cat?
No, there's no cat. There were no cats in Dune.
There is in the Dune movie.
In the David Lynch movie, there is a cat.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's David Lynch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, the new movie was great though. It was a great return to cinema for me. Like I hadn't been to a movie theater since the whole reunion tour began.
Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Sure, yeah.
We can call it that. It's a spread meme now. We're allowed to use it.
I feel like, sure. Anyways, what meme? I was talking about the real reunion tour.
Did they actually have a reunion tour that I didn't know about?
No, you just killed the joke though.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I just kind of want to not acknowledge that the pandemic even happened.
I'll tell you the first movie I saw in theaters, it was Venom 2.
Yeah, which...
Let There Be Carnage, which I feel like I would be madder about if I'd actually read Marvel Comics, but I don't read Marvel Comics.
Okay, I'm going to spoil some of that movie here.
Okay,
so
yeah, okay.
Just
Spoilers for now. We'll stop later.
Yeah,
I'll write it down.
Probably for like the next minute.
Hold on, I'll just write down when the spoilers stop.
Okay, well, spoilers start at 9:30, 19 minutes, 35 seconds.
19:35, go.
All right, so... Now, I haven't actually seen the movie. I saw the first one. I don't have any desire to see the second one.
It's pretty good.
But I heard that apparently in the end they brought him into the MCU. Is that true? Like
yes.
some weird Doctor Strange portals happen, and then he's like in a hotel room and on a TV it shows.
Yeah, no, that's the post-credit scene. It doesn't make sense until you remember that the plot of the new Spider-Man movie is apparently Spider-Man doesn't like that a secret identity. Which, okay, side tangent. It doesn't make any sense. No one in the MCU has a secret identity. Spider-Man's literally the only person who has a secret identity. So the fact that his identity being revealed by the guy who's known for illusions, and then he wouldn't immediately be hailed as a hero due to being one of the guys who helped save the universe, and then the rest of the Marvel Avengers, they aren't helping him?
Well, you gotta remember, well, first of all...
but yes, that is... He gets teleported, and then Venom's like, oh, Spider-Man on the screen.
Right, okay.
And then the movie ends.
Okay, so that's all
Carnage
I wanted to know.
was cool, though. Okay, hold on. Spoilers
over.
over.
We're gonna talk more spoilers, though.
Okay, wait, there's still more spoilers. Never mind.
So, you gotta remember, though, in Far From Home, like... No one knew that Mysterio was the bad guy. He was set up to be the hero. In the end, remember, Spider-Man was the only one that knew he was the actual villain. So when
it'd be so easy to prove, though. There was so much. There'd be so many things that would help prove his innocence. It's like it's dumb.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's not.
It's dumb.
I don't know.
That'll be the last Marvel movie I watch in theaters. I'm done after that forever.
I don't have any.
I don't know what your opinion is yet.
I'm kind of tired of it. I haven't.
Are you tired of it, or you do not like it? What's the difference?
I wouldn't go as far as say I dislike it. I think I'm more just bored of it. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like the Disney Plus series. I watched all of WandaVision. I enjoyed most of it, and then the ending.
Are we done with spoilers yet?
I don't know. Does this count? Yeah, we can be done with spoilers.
WandaVision was out a while ago. That doesn't count.
Well, I'm not even going to talk spoilers.
All right, 21:30. It's over.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah. So, for those of you who are just now rejoining us because you were scared of spoilers,
for all one of you, the one dude who accidentally found this in the YouTube recommendations page,
which if he actually is still watching at this point, he probably wasn't too worried about. Right. If he's still with us at this point, he probably didn't care about the spoilers, anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, MCU. Yeah,
yes, that's true though. What's your problem?
So yeah, like I guess I've just kind of stopped watching it, honestly. Like WandaVision, I watched it, I enjoyed most of it. The ending kind of just went back to being more generic Marvel stuff and a little bit underwhelming of a conclusion to
See, that's not even the reason that I dislike the ending.
Well, how about we save that for another episode because I feel like we could go into a very in-depth discussion about that.
That's probably true.
But
gosh, this whole episode is just us teasing future episodes.
Well, I mean that's
good. We're Amazing Spider-Man 2. There's a timely reference for all of you. That's what we are now.
Beautiful. Well,
do I win the points?
I don't know, but I can hear you messing with the microphone.
Can you?
Yes.
Hear that?
We're doing ASMR stuff.
No, we're not. No, don't do it. Don't be weird.
Sorry for just coughing into the microphone.
I'm awarding myself 3 points.
I can't even think
of away from the microphone.
I just set up for an ASMR joke, and now I can't think of anything to say that
There's nothing to say.
Well, I guess in ASMR, you just whisper random crap into the microphone, right?
No, if you want to do an ASMR bit, you whisper, you have a really hoarse whisper, and then you do really loud stuff.
Oh, I can do hoarse.
No. No, don't.
Oh, no, you gotta scratch the microphone with random objects.
Gosh, stop it.
That's a tape dispenser.
No.
You just had your ears tickled by a tape dispenser. And I'm sorry for all of you now.
Sorry for the one dude who's still here, if you're still here. And I'm sorry for any people in the future who come back to our awkward first episode that we told you not to watch.
Yeah, this is your fault.
We told you not to listen to it. You watched. Screw it. I'm just saying watch now. I'm not committing to this. By the way, look at this. It's a real one.
Oh yeah.
Corn
I
cob
can see
pipe.
that. Nice.
Yes, no.
Neither of us smoke.
I don't smoke, but it's now I have a mini corn
cob. You could get some of those herbal blends, like an incense.
Well, if I wanted to, I could actually smoke with this. Well, I'm not going to, but it's an actual pipe.
I see that.
It's neat.
Nice. Very nice.
My mini one's in the miniature filing box.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Marvel though, weren't we?
At one point, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, you were talking about Venom and M's things.
Venom and. Oh no, we were just talking about.
That's the spoiler territory.
Well, not if you
can't go back there. We both know what we're talking about. Just tell me what your thing was about Venom 2.
Oh no, my thing was just about the MCU. You were asking me my opinion on current Marvel. I'm sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of the superheroes, and they've kind of I feel like, and he's. You see, this is probably horrible for anyone listening. They can't see that I'm now horribly distracted by you pretending to smoke a pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm just gonna
Go on.
I'm just gonna look over here.
Go on.
Except that's away from the microphone. Anyways,
Yeah, you have to face towards the microphone for it to work.
so
It only has a certain range.
maybe we should just leave that thought unfinished. I feel like it's not even worth it at this point.
I liked Venom 2. It was entertaining. I just want to be entertained sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably why I actually like the first Venom. I don't know why I don't really care to see the second one. I think, honestly,
it has Carnage in it.
I don't really like Carnage.
Carnage
I think he's
is
kind
inherently cool.
I think he's one of those characters that everyone just says is cool. I mean, maybe he is, but at this point, it's just become the popular thing to think he's cool. So maybe I'm just like,
oh, okay, so being a hipster.
I guess. I don't know. He's fine. He's a character. He's fine.
Yes, do go on.
So I better describe this for anyone. Are you sure you don't want to do a video? You're doing all these visual gags.
Yeah, they're for your benefit.
So he's now smoking a miniature version of the same corncob pipe.
I'm not actually smoking. I should be clear with this.
Okay, smoking in
this
quotes.
This is a Christian podcast.
Good Christian podcast.
This is now our running gag. Anyways.
Yeah, stay tuned for our Christian Minecraft server.
Is that another joke?
Yes, never mind.
I don't know these things.
It's an ongoing joke, at least in certain circles. Anyways.
You were saying?
I wasn't saying. I'm done.
See, now we're figuring it out. Anyways. Okay, here's the thing about Venom 2. It's good. It's only an hour and a half. When was the last time a superhero movie was an hour and a half?
Yeah, it
just gets into the movie, and then the things that you want to see happen.
Well, you see, I feel like it's one of those movies I'll end up watching. I probably won't ever plan to watch that movie just because... Well, really the reason is I saw the trailer and I saw the scene where Venom was in the disco place with, like, glow sticks and everything.
Yeah.
For some reason, that just really put me off. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. Here, minor spoilers. Does this count? I don't care. That's only Venom at that point. Eddie Brock is in a different spot. They split. So okay. You know how they have an odd couple dynamic in the first movie, sort of.
Well, I know in this one they fully embrace it.
Yeah, they just fully lean into it in this one.
So are they like supposed to be like?
No. Okay. Everybody's got those articles where it's like, look at this is clearly a metaphors for a gay relationship. It's like it's not. It's just comedic. It's just a comedic odd couple dynamic. It's an old trope. It doesn't always mean gay.
Well, I mean, never mind.
It doesn't. Why? What are you thinking?
Well, you can't really fault people for thinking that if that's like what.
No, but I can fault journalists for all writing the same article about how it makes them gay.
Well, it's just because it's a clickbait thing to write.
I know. It's annoying though.
We need more people like Quentin Tarantino. Have you ever seen that interview he did where
Which one?
Well, he basically it was for when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was coming out. Like
I don't even remember. I don't even know what that movie's about.
Well, it's just basically.
I don't watch a lot of Tarantino.
Well, I know that. It's
you
good
watch
movie,
Tarantino?
Oh yeah, no, I love Tarantino's movies, and I love
don't
that one.
Watch Tarantino.
Well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is basically just a love letter to I guess the it's like that era of Hollywood, like the golden age of Hollywood, I guess you could call it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you fidgeting with now?
Oh,
it's one of those infinite poppable things.
Yeah, it turns out that I love this sort of thing.
Fidget toys.
Well, yeah, fidget toys, but specifically this one that has poppies on it.
Yeah, no, I've seen those. But yeah, he was doing an interview basically, and like some well, I guess you could call her an SJW reporter was kind of like asking him like why like he has this one of the characters in his show in this movie is like a portrayal of a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Tate. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, she's someone who was murdered by the Manson family, and that happened. And that's kind of
all right.
That ties into the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
And basically, some like reporter was calling him out, basically saying, "Why didn't you give more speaking lines to Sharon Tate or to Margot Robbie portraying Sharon Tate in the movie?" And like,
because she dies.
No, that's not why. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Spoiler for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Gosh dang it! I gotta write down another. Hold on. Okay, spoilers start at 29:15.
Sure. Okay. So
here we go.
3 seconds.
And go.
Yeah. So no, the big thing is it's like an alternate history thing where she actually doesn't die in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but that doesn't happen until the very end of the movie. That's kind of the whole idea. Is it follows two characters played by like Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, and they're just actors trying to navigate the world of Hollywood in the 1970s or whenever it took place. Yeah, 70s. I'm going to sound like an idiot if I got that wrong.
No, you're not. No one cares.
Someone out there cares.
There's only one guy listening.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he doesn't care.
Let's just call him Greg, just to give us...
No, we can't use Greg. That's taken.
There's a lot of Gregs.
No, I mean, there's already a guy on YouTube whose fan base is called Greg. And I don't know why, and I don't remember exactly what his name is. Well, but I know that it's taken.
Wow, okay, then Charles.
No, we have... Look, once we have 5 fans, we can start calling them our 5 fans. But right now, there's one guy, and he's not a fan. He's just listening to this because it was there.
Okay, well, what if it's a woman, though?
Then it's our one woman.
Okay.
What's the opposite? Girl? But you can't say that, I guess.
Our one gender-neutral listener. Our listener.
One listener
Our
person.
single listener. We're making this way too complicated. Is this even do we even need to keep
hold
this
on.
as a spoiler anymore?
We started... Yeah, sure, spoiler's over. You said the thing. Anyways, continue with your point.
Basically, the reporter called him out and said, like, why didn't you give this character more, like, spoken lines? And, like, she was obviously trying to create some, like, clickbait article where he responds with something that she can frame as homophobic.
Sexist.
Sexist.
The word is
yeah,
sexist.
I don't know how I fumbled that bad.
Because they get used a lot these days.
Yeah, I guess. They're both clickbait things to target right now. But, yeah, he basically, some clickbait journalist was trying to, like, get him to say something. And he basically, his only response was, I reject your hypothesis. And that was all he said on that.
Well, okay, first of all, it's a stupid argument.
Well, it was.
They're like, why doesn't this character have more lines? Because they didn't need them in the story.
Well, exactly. Like,
just write what you need.
She had several lines. She had a lot of screen time, too. It's like she wasn't talking a lot of the time when she was on screen, but...
Can you hear that?
You were the one that said you didn't want this to be ASMR. Now you're doing that.
I'm just curious if it would be picked up in the microphone.
Everything's picked up by the microphone.
Not everything.
Is that wishful thinking, or is that you just stating a fact?
Well, I mean, it only has a certain effective range.
I mean, you're the one that bought the $100 microphone. It's gotta have a pretty good range.
Well, no, it's good at picking up sound, but like ideally, we would both have our own microphone.
And in the future, that will be a thing.
In the future, yes, but not right now. Whenever this episode gets put on YouTube.
You know, I feel like we should hold off on posting this one until we have other episodes to post with it.
No.
It's not very nice to tell people skip the first one when there's nothing to skip to.
Yeah, but that's the joke.
I guess.
That's the whole point.
But then people might just listen and never listen to our podcast.
No, because they'll see it. It'll be entitled that, and then they'll listen to it and be like, "Oh, I wonder what that's all about."
So you're trying to clickbait.
No, it's just a funny title. Stop overthinking logic.
Anyways, let's get back on track. Whatever track is. What are we talking about now? We're at the half hour mark.
Okay, here, I'll tell you. This is an interesting thing that was really funny to me. So, I don't know about you. You know where I stand on the MCU. I'm at the point where I want it to fail because I don't like it anymore, and I think it should have just gone out on a high note. Eternals is doing very badly in reviews. And the media is doing their usual thing where they're like, oh, people are just review bombing it. But the thing is that only critics have been able to review it so far.
Well, that doesn't work.
So it has a rotten score. Not that Rotten Tomatoes means anything.
That means something.
Critics, look, here's the thing. It's just like the Oscars and all movie things. Awards are meaningless. Just watch the movies you like, and other people make good movies, and don't try to win awards. Just make a movie you want to make.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of you, watch a movie you want to watch. But,
well, you know, Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, I wouldn't say it's meaningless. It's there to... I like review sites because they help educate you on what you would want to watch, you know?
Well, yeah, but in a roundabout way now, critics have gotten straight to the point where they're like straight up like bad is good and good is bad. If a critic tells you this is a good thing, then you're going to hate it. And if they say this movie's the worst movie yet created, you can probably understand, oh, okay, so this is going to be a great movie.
Well, that's not always true.
It's true a lot of the time.
Sometimes, yes. I don't know, like Dune, the new Dune movie is being, like, praised by everybody.
Well,
Critics
you know,
love it,
very rarely do
fans love
people end up on the same page. Like with Eternals. Everyone thinks it's Garbo. Garbo is, I'm using it. It's my
I don't
word.
know. Yeah, I have no, like, I guess I have no desire to see Eternals. I
Nope.
guess that's where I stand with, yeah, I guess that's what we were talking about.
I'm going to watch Spider-Man and then I'm done for good.
I might watch Spider-Man. I don't know. I guess that's where I am with the
cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, that's true, but
Last movie had a cliffhanger and I hate loose ends.
well, I guess they don't bother me as much in this case.
Dude, do you know?
I know you. I
you
know
know-
you. Yes, I know. Why are you getting your laptop?
I'm going to find music to put an outro later. No, you keep talking. I have to do this for a second.
In the future, we will figure out how to do this in post.
Do this in post. Well, it worked pretty well in those one videos that I made.
Wait, what about legality of like using other people's music though? Is that
Oh, Kevin MacLeod makes entirely.
McLeod. We had a
Dang
whole
it.
bit where we figured out that was his name.
I've been saying it for years like that. It's gonna take some time to deprogram.
Anyways.
No, it's royalty free. All you have to do is put the song and the credit in the description.
Oh.
All of Kevin MacLeod's music is royalty free.
Oh,
That's
well,
his whole purpose.
Well, thank you, Kevin MacLeod.
Yep. Shout out to Kevin MacLeod, wherever you are.
And I apologize on behalf of my friend here for mispronouncing your name for the last several years.
Not my fault. There's no pronunciation guide for these things.
Well, then, never mind.
Where's the one? This is the one. Okay, you talk about something while I find stuff.
Oh yeah,
Mute.
so
I find something to put for the outro music that will happen later. Oh gosh, this brings back memories. Listen to this one. Remember this one?
yeah,
Every Minecraft video.
and every-
Not this one. There's another one that's more Minecrafty. Is it this one? Scheming Weasel?
Scheming Weasel.
No, that's not the one.
That's
I'm
not-
looking for the one that's like dun 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 dun. The one that's in all the Minecraft. From like a
Yeah,
very specific era.
you know. I'm just gonna drink some water while you figure that out.
We can't have dead air. Talk about something. No. I refuse to let this be an Asmar podcast.
No one says Asmar.
Yes, they do.
It's just called ASMR.
I heard it called Asmar at least once somewhere.
Well, there's a fun tangent to go on. So, do you know what ASMR actually stands for?
Audio, sensory,
No.
something. I don't remember.
Wait. Oh shoot! I just forgot. Wait,
Blues.
ASMR. Autonomous.
Polka could work.
Oh yeah, it's autonomous sensory meridian response.
What?
And you want to know the funny thing is,
What's the funny thing?
meridian. What do you think they mean?
The prime meridian.
Well, you see, meridian doesn't work in this context, but it's just they've been calling it that for so long that that's just what people keep calling it.
Oh,
The
good.
person
One
who
of those.
coined the term, ASMR,
Asmar?
they thought meridian meant orgasm. So autonomous sensory orgasmic response would be
So
a
it
more
should be ASO.
AMOR.
Wait. No, isn't it AS? It should be
Oh yeah,
ASOR.
you're right. ASOR. I don't know
Azor.
how I missed that.
ASOR.
ASOR.
Wait. That's worse.
Yeah, it's worse. So yeah, fun fact there.
Good. Well, we all learned something. Now we can say that this is educational. We can put an educational
Of course,
tag.
now we have to put a sexual content warning.
There's no sexual content. That's just a word. We didn't discuss anything explicitly or in
Oh, well then
detail.
let's get into it.
No. I don't want to get content struck on the very first thing that goes up. What does world mean? I'm looking at the Kevin MacLeod playlists.
Nice catch. World probably just refers to like music that.
Well,
Yeah, see, like, that one
but
says
African
African.
is a separate category. So is Africa not in the world apparently? What does it mean?
Couldn't tell you.
Free PD.
How much time are we going for on this podcast? We're at 38.
Here at the Placeholder podcast, we'll be shooting for around 45 minutes to 1 hour. And really, it's just about when the conversation naturally stops, which it will go on longer when we have a more solidified topic. But this is the first episode, and we're basically winging this. You're welcome, everyone.
I'm sure everyone can tell that we're winging it.
You're welcome. I'm getting quieter because I need to go away for a second.
Now it's time for
Hold
me
on.
to fill the airways.
Fill the airways with nothing that's ASMR. If you do ASMR, I will kill you. Stop. Stop with that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm back.
I'm just letting your sounds fill the airways.
What? It wasn't really exactly silent. Hold on. Just gotta. Hopefully this will work. We can put on some music and fade out,
Cool.
but we don't have to do that yet.
So, yeah, I've completely lost my train of thought.
Yeah. All right. Hi.
So, what else we
I'm
gotta talk
back.
about? What else are we talking about today?
I don't know.
So let's see. So
What's your favorite DC comic?
DC Watchmen, original Watchmen.
Oh, that's right. It's why. Duh.
Yeah, hands down.
I got you a friggin' #1 for your wedding. I should have known that.
Yeah.
Mine is Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Which is why we're going to talk about all the Swamp Thing.
I do like Swamp Thing, but
You haven't truly appreciated Swamp Thing yet.
so now you're gatekeeping Swamp Thing.
No, I'm saying you don't truly love it. You've
I
only
haven't read very
read a
much.
few issues of Alan Moore's run. Alan Moore's run doesn't make sense unless you read the Marty Plaskow run that comes before it.
I was lost. I had no idea who Arcane was or why one guy had like fire powers or something.
These aren't spoilers because they're too obscure.
Yeah, so they didn't make sense to me.
So yeah, here's the deal. Issue 20, which is when Alan Moore starts, it immediately starts by resolving all the plot lines from the first issues, and it does so in a way that if you hadn't read those issues, it doesn't make any sense. All the characters in that first issue are important. Also, you should read the Len Wein run. Just read all of them. You can borrow my omnibus.
I'll get around to it.
I'll loan you the Swamp Thing omnibus.
So yeah, let's see. What else are we talking about? So in the future,
we're at 40 minutes. We're pretty good. We're almost pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. Yeah, obviously comic books will be a common topic.
Yes.
Some movies, as we've said.
Yep.
Also video games. Pretty much
anything. It's the Placeholder podcast. We're going to talk about whatever we want.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what everyone talks about.
We got Star Wars Dark Empire. We got My Name is Chaos. We got Moonshadow. We got The Sandman when Futterman over here eventually reads it.
Eventually.
And I reread it because, holy crap, is it confusing.
We've got Mostly Ghostly.
Oh, yeah. The third one is the best one.
Yeah, that was weird.
Why is the third one the best one?
Yeah, it's also the only series I've seen where they literally recast every role between
installments. One guy played the same role between the first and second movie, but everyone else got recast.
Right. And you know what's so weird is, like, I've seen all three of those movies. I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in any of them.
Well, I mean, I can.
I don't know. It's so weird. Like, they were entertaining, but maybe it's just because I was so tired when we watched them.
All right, look here.
But I don't remember them that well.
Here's the deal. First movie, there's an evil demon ghost who comes out of birds, and also there's a kid who can see ghosts, and there's two ghosts in a house.
Oh, right, because they find their house is like...
And they want to find their ghost parents, but they're locked in a ghost room somewhere, and then
there's like a basement full of ghosts or something, right?
Oh, yeah, and then there's a romantic subplot that's in every one of these teen movies where he likes a girl that's more popular than he is, but he's not cool enough, but he gets her by the end of the movie, because teen movie. And then... which one? Is it the second or the third one where they have the climax, but then they put the actual climax on his soccer game, which is like a minor subplot? I think it's the second one.
I think it was the second one.
Like the whole movie, they have to beat the evil ghosts, and then the last 10 minutes are like, oh no, the soccer game! We gotta go win the soccer game, guys! And then the third movie has Danny Trejo in it for some reason, but only for like 2 minutes.
So sorry, I keep fidgeting with my headphones. Why do I have to wear these?
Because it's a podcast thing.
They can't see.
No, the reason
I'm taking them off. I'm protesting.
No, there's a reason for it. It's because the reason that I've read is because when you listen to yourself, you don't sound like how you sound like to everyone else. But when you wear the headphones, it puts your hearing from here now, instead of from the sides of your head.
But these aren't noise canceling. I'm hearing from everywhere.
Well, neither are these totally, but you know.
I guess that makes sense.
Look, this is just a workaround until you get your actual equipment. Right now, we're just subsisting off of mine.
Anyways,
Bone.
How about some of the
The Walking Dead
media topics we've come
up
with?
Hold on. There's a couple more at the bottom. Why does everyone keep... Oh, wait, that's media, too. Let's see.
Snow Queen? Why does everyone keep doing the Snow Queen?
I've seen so many adaptations of the Snow Queen. I don't know why they keep doing it.
You mean like Frozen?
Frozen is one of them.
That's the only one I know.
There's also a webcomic, and then there's also a manga that I saw, and then there's a different webcomic, and it's like, this is my take on the Snow Queen. It's like, why does everyone keep doing takes on the Snow Queen?
Well, I feel like Frozen is the only one that anyone actually knows about.
Demon's Mirror. Not Demon's Mirror. What's it called? Demon's Mirror. It's a webcomic. I haven't read it yet. I just know that it's another take on the Snow Queen, and that got me to thinking, like, why does everyone keep doing this?
Oh, here we go. How about when we improvise Tall Tales?
Oh yeah, that'll be a fun. Let's see. It's nature of a story. Which dog is best? The Mummy cartoon, which by the way sucks. Death of the author.
Wait, which dog is best? Like, as in which breed, or like
Any
which specific dog?
There's no limits. Speaking of which, I had a thought recently. I don't know why we do dog shows. What's the point?
I mean, we do like beauty pageants with children.
Yeah, but those are also abhorrent.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
We shouldn't do them.
I'm saying before we take down dog shows, we should probably take down child beauty pageants.
No,
I feel like
everyone already knows those are bad. Dog shows. What's the point? Dogs are little bundles of joy that bring happiness wherever we go. Why are we judging them? What's the point? What are you judging them on? What makes a dog objectively better? Oh, this dog has pointier ears. It gets +2 points in the pointy ears category.
I think I don't know. I guess we should study that and like do an actual episode about it because
everyone just looks at the dog that they like the best, because whatever dog is closest to the dog that they have, that's the dog they like better. And then the judges are just like, this dog wins.
Well, I think the judges are more like, they look at, because most of the dogs in these shows are like purebred, so there's like specific traits.
Don't even get me started on purebred.
Okay, I know that's an entirely separate issue, but I'm saying dogs and dog shows are usually purebred, so there's like specific traits that they're bred for. So I guess the judges are able to like objectively look at the dog and say, well, this one is expressing this trait very well.
What does that mean?
It just means it looks the most like that dog.
Why don't you just accept what I wrote?
I don't know.
Oats.
I still think it's horrible. We should just like
I at least
get
know
rid
what
of it.
oats is.
Take your dog to the park. Don't put him in a show.
I don't know what this is.
I hope our one fan doesn't do dog shows.
Do you know what
now
this
we just
is?
offended them. Oh yeah, that's
What's Stalker Roadside Picnic / Stalker not an acronym?
So that is indeed an. Oh yeah, okay. So the first Stalker's acronym. Okay, so Roadside Picnic was a novel written in the 70s or 80s, 70s I want to say, by the Strugatsky brothers, right?
Who?
They're Russian authors.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
good.
It's an old sci-fi novel. It's really good, but then a few adaptations have been done over the years. One of them was the movie Stalker.
Stalker the acronym?
No, the non-acronym.
Oh, what's Stalker the acronym?
That's another adaptation that was done in the form of a video game.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a video game series called, the first one is Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Second one is Clear Skies. Third one is Call of Pripyat. Yeah. But yeah, it's
cool.
But yeah, it's a very loose adaptation of the source material. I've never seen the movie, but I mean, if we ever do that episode, I will watch the movie. The game is fun though. So yeah, so I don't know. Do you want to get into Roadside Picnic, or do you want to just save that?
I don't know what it is. I'm not sure we can get into it.
I could just
unless
tell you
want
the
to just explain it.
So the premise, basically, it takes place in like some. I mean, it's never said. It takes place in the Soviet Union, at least, because that's where it was written. And so I think they kind of just said it where they were. But
all right. It
takes place in a non-existent country. But basically, in this country, there was years ago there was like this big event. I don't remember. They refer to it. I need to read the book again. But they don't ever refer to it as like what it actually is, from what I remember. But what it actually was like aliens landing and visiting. Mm-hmm. Essentially, these aliens come to their planet and they land on Earth. And they stay for, I think, like 3 days or something. I could be entirely wrong on that. And then they leave. And when the place they landed becomes this area called the Zone, is what they did. Like the exclusion zone, I think.
Wait, are you just... Now you sound like you're describing District 9.
Well, I mean, that was probably inspired.
District 9?
Well, no, District 9 is a lot different. Have you seen District 9?
I've seen District 9.
Okay, well, yeah, no, that's not
I know what happens in
District 9. District 9, that was a zone, like, it was like an internment camp, basically, where they called the aliens.
It was a really subtle metaphor about racism.
Yeah. In Roadside Picnic, it wasn't like a zone that they like. It was just basically where the aliens were. They created this zone. Like the aliens left and left behind this area that now is like weird stuff just happens inside of it. They left behind a bunch of like their technology as like artifacts, and there's like these weird anomalies that happen in there that just
Gravity Falls.
No,
but adults.
Not really. But yeah, basically the main character of Roadside Picnic is what's called a stalker. He's one of the people that travel into the zone to retrieve artifacts and either study them or sell them. And yeah, that's kind of the premise. But the video game is actually, they instead of being an alien landing site, it's the Chernobyl nuclear reactor. When it went, nuclear.
Okay.
It created the
because
zone.
Of aliens?
No, just there were no aliens in the video game.
Oh, all right.
It's basically just like the reactor went nuclear.
So essentially they're like, hey guys, what if we did Chernobyl, but then we made it weird and then also
basically
called it Roadside Picnic?
When the reactor melted down, it created the zone. Like it's basically the zone is the same thing. It was just created by the reactor meltdown. What's
the point of that change, though?
Why
tie it to Chernobyl? That just raises more questions.
It's just a different. I mean, honestly, it raises the same questions. They're just coming from a different source.
No, if aliens are the reason, then I can just be like, all right, aliens. But if Chernobyl is the reason, it's like, well, I know what happened at Chernobyl. It's not this.
Well, I haven't played all the games. I've only played the first one. So I don't know if they ever fully explain it, but I do know they do kind of hint at like supernatural elements. I don't know exactly what it is, but basically in the video game, it's basically just an excuse for you to have this like wasteland to explore. It's radioactive.
Yeah, but you could have just done that with aliens, and then it would have raised less questions.
I don't know. It was fun. Anyways, that's what that is. We'll talk about that soon.
I also wrote Soup, and then I wrote Woody Story 1, and I'm not sure what that is either.
I'm assuming that's Toy Story 4.
What's Story 1?
Well, you see, because...
Oh, right, because Toy Story 4 is just Woody.
It's entirely about Woody.
It's like an epilogue.
Basically, yes.
I enjoyed it.
It should have just been called Woody Story.
Well, honestly, if it was just called Woody, people probably wouldn't have been as annoyed with it, because they're like, oh, another Toy Story movie.
Could have just called it
I'm going to watch I'm probably gonna watch Lightyear at some point. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I actually think
that actually looks cool.
It actually looks really good.
I'll probably watch that.
I think some people are mad about it because they're like, well, you're just throwing Buzz Lightyear in there for a cash grab. Well, it's like, of course they are, but it still could be a good movie.
Well, I mean, in the universe of Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear's a toy, which suggests that there's a Buzz Lightyear franchise in the Toy Story universe.
Well, I don't know if this movie's supposed to exist in that universe or if this is just supposed to be
it's
like
the Buzz Lightyear movie that the toy is based off of. Probably. I don't know. I'm gonna guess just annoyed
not.
that he's not voiced by Tim Allen. He's voiced by Chris Evans now, I guess.
He does still have the weird like Buzz Lightyear face though, which worked on a toy but on a human.
Well, no, they stylized it enough.
It works.
I think.
I don't think. It's bad.
You can't go wrong with Tim Allen.
I don't know if the voice would. I think they're trying to make him younger in the movie.
But Chris Evans does not equal Tim Allen. That does not grow up into that.
I don't know.
SpongeBob tier list. Oh, Batman Odyssey. That'll be fun. You haven't read Batman Odyssey yet, have you?
I have not read much Batman. Honestly, I've read Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah.
I've read that's actually the only Batman comic I've read.
That
Can
can't
you
be
believe
the only Batman comic you've read.
Well, it is.
Batman Odyssey. He rides a pterodactyl at one point.
Count me in.
He blows up Robin, but then it turns out he didn't. It's the best comic.
Did you just spoil that without a warning?
It's not a spoiler. Nobody cares about Batman Odyssey. It's not even in continuity.
Well, I'm sure.
It was made by Neil. What was his name? The guy. Gosh dang it.
Neil Patrick Harris.
No, not Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil
he
Gaiman.
plays Barney in How I Met Your Mother. I have not seen that show. Batman Odyssey. Neil Adams. That's the one.
That was the next one I was going to say.
Yeah, Neil Adams is a guy who does a lot of Batman art, but this is the time when they gave him the writer's pen, and
he basically just came up with cool things to draw, is my guess.
It's a weird story.
Like Batman riding a dinosaur.
He goes to the center of the earth.
Yeah, because that's cool to draw. Earth. I'm guessing that's cool to draw.
They're going with the Hollow Earth interpretation. And then look, the reason I read the comic is because of a page that shows it's like this is the reason to read it. It's like there's like they have Robin held hostage, and then they're like, you gotta stop or I'll kill Robin. And then Batman's like, blah blah, prattle on, you stupid fool. And he pushes a button and then Robin just explodes.
Oh, I'm guessing it wasn't the real Robin. It was like
No, it's better. The answer is better. Do you want to know the answer?
Sure.
I'll tell you the answer.
Do we need a spoiler warning for that?
No, we don't need a spoiler warning for this.
Okay, well...
Look, you had time to get away from this if you wanted to not be spoiled from Batman Odyssey, which is already ridiculous, and the spoilers are the reason you read it. He had directional explosives. His suit was lined with explosives that only explode outwards so that he's totally safe in the center.
But isn't there like, the law that says every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction?
Nope, he's totally safe. Bat technology. Also, Bruce Wayne spends most of the story without a shirt, narrating it to some unseen guy. I won't tell you who the unseen guy is. And then he puts on a Green Lantern shirt halfway through. This is not symbolic of anything.
All right, then.
Read it. It's the best thing. Are we near the end?
I got nothing else.
All right, hold on. I'm going to talk for a second while I pick some music to fade out with.
Well, is anyone even still listening at this point?
Maybe. Is the one dude who tuned in accidentally still here? Were you curious enough? Jazz? Disco?
If you're out there, are you even awake?
You want jazz or what?
I don't.
Oh, actually, you know what? While we're here, I desperately need to figure out what this music is from. Maybe you can help me.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, hold on.
Live on mic, not camera.
Markiplier Popsicle Challenge.
Popsicle.
It's been used in several Markiplier videos, and I have not known, and it's been like 7 years, and I still don't know.
7 years, wow.
It's been 7...
You got an ad.
Cheddar Ranch.
No.
If anyone wants to sponsor us,
we're not giving any free publicity to...
No, I'll talk about things I like.
Well, I know, but I'm not giving free publicity to YouTube
Wendy's?
ads. That wasn't Wendy's.
Was it not Wendy's? I thought it was Wendy's.
I think it was Arby's.
Whatever. They both have B's.
Okay.
No,
roll the clip.
Hold on, I gotta find... I left a comment on this video. I can probably just click on the timestamp. See? There it is. From 5 years ago. Let's find out if we... I still don't know what that music is from.
He might have just had someone make it specifically for him.
No, it's clearly a full song. Because, like, it cuts... The way it cuts... And I've looked through Kevin MacLeod's songs.
Are you sure it's Kevin MacLeod?
Well, I don't know. That's my first guess. My first guess is like, okay, He's using probably royalty-free music. See, look, there's my comment from 5 years ago.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know? Do you have?
I have no idea. I've never heard.
Do you
it
think
before.
it would? Is that enough time for one of those those things that you listen to music and it's like it's this song?
Yeah. Oh, here, let's try it.
Does that?
Yeah.
Is there enough time for that to happen?
Maybe try it.
Because it's been over 5 years because this isn't even the first video it was in. It was in Octodad too.
All right then. Let's. How do I do this?
All right, get open one of those things that listens to music. I really hope there's enough of this. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta keep talking. We can't have dead air. The silence. Did you find one?
What song is this? Smooth Talker Game Show by Ali Odom.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking it up. Smooth Talker Game Show by who?
Albie Odom.
Odom. Oh my gosh. Was it this easy the whole time? I really hope this is finally it.
The wonders of technology.
Let's find out. Oh, finally! After all this time, it was so simple. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I need to save this link forever. I'll save it later. Well, mystery solved. Now,
and on that note,
this is a good time to leave. I'm just going to fade out with the first thing I click on. Here we go.
If you listen to all this all the way,
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, hold on. We got to tell if you can send us inquiries at realplaceholderpodcastofficial@gmail.com. We'll have a letters column. If you send us a letter, we might read it
we'll
answer weird questions because that seems like a fun thing to do.
We'll put that address in the description because there's no way we expect you to just
Real
type that out.
Podcast Official.
I mean, I'm sure you know how to spell it, but we're not going to make you type
Write
that
it down. We're never telling you again.
It'll be in the description.
But we're never telling you again. What's this? Meanwhile in Bavaria. Does this work? What does this do? No. Hold on. Manic. There we go. Thank you all for coming. And we need to think of something to say for the outro. We need a phrase that we say to end every podcast, and whatever we say now will be our phrase forever. Don't stop it. I'm gonna make the music get quieter. Fade out.
How about you just fade out while I think about it?
It's over!
Bye.
Mouse is over.
Okay.